Hey Fifi fam, welcome to the next installment of Fifi's layering combos. So today we're going to focus on Simply Butter, which is our fragrance-free butter. So it isn't unscented, it is fragrance-free. So mango butter doesn't really have a scent, but shea butter, although we use the shea butter that we use is a lighter shea butter scent, but shea butter still has a scent. So that's why I just want to just kind of reiterate it's not unscented, it is fragrance free, which means really there's a lot of things you can pair this with. And so today, although I'm going to go over some combos, really the thing that I want to focus on mostly with this video is kind of the aspects of how you layer, not necessarily what pairs the best with Simply, because you can pretty much wear anything with Simply, because although it does have a light scent, that scent is so light that you're really just getting the moisture from the butter and not the scent. So with that being said, we'll continue in the way that we have with other layering combos videos, but really this video again will focus on kind of how you're to layer, especially for people who are kind of new to the layering game or kind of just want an idea. But also the fragrances that I picked today are all lighter scents because there are a lot of people who are extremely sensitive to scents. And so all of the scents that you see here are scents that are what you would consider mostly skin scents, where they don't project a lot. It isn't an overpowering fragrance, and it's a more safer option for people who have some sensitivities to fragrance. Now, with that being said, some of these fragrances may be too strong for some people. So, you know, everything that I'm saying here is kind of an overview. Everyone's body chemistry, sensitivity to fragrance, even allergies are very person specific. So if there's a perfume or a body mist on here that you think is strong, please don't feel like I'm saying something about you. This is just a really general overview and some of the lighter fragrances that I have in my collection. And with everything, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt that applies to you. If a scent on here is too strong for you, then obviously that doesn't apply to you. So we will move ahead with our body mist, and I'll just talk about kind of thought processes and how you think about layering fragrances. Okay, so let's start with Bath and Body Works body mist. So we have Summer Melody. Summer Melody came out this year in 2022 as part of the summer collection. So currently it is in the signature line, but with Bath and Body Works, some things you just don't know. It may go away. It's still available. It's against the wall where they normally have fragrances that are going to be around. So right now, like I said, it's readily available. The scent notes in Summer Melody are really simple. It's golden honeydew and bronze vanilla. So with this one, with it having just those two notes that they listed and just how it smells on the skin, it's really soft. I mean, almost to the point that you could really overspray this, even more so than a regular body butter, and it still typically isn't overwhelming. Honeydew is a really soft scent, and it kind of stays on you, and after a while you really have to smell deeply to smell it. So it's not that it disappears completely on me, but probably around hour 5 I really have to smell, like basically put my nose in my skin to smell it, but other people have said they smelled it on me. So the next body mist, White T-shirt, that's been out I think maybe 2 years. It came out last year and they brought it back. Now it's available online only. So I haven't seen white t-shirt in the store except in semi-annual sale. I saw a couple at the semi-annual sale, but you can still get this online. And the fragrance notes for white t-shirt are crisp pear, fresh white t-shirt, lavender cloud, clean musk, and soft sandalwood. And the best way for me to describe white t-shirt is it smells like clean laundry. You just smell clean. And like I said in the intro, the kind of onus behind my doing this version of the layering combos videos is to talk about layering. You know, layering is a skill and an art. Ever since I was little, I've loved smells, from cooking to baking. I also love mixing things and making things. And so I think for me, kind of layering is just a natural thing, but that's not necessarily intuitive for everyone, and I understand that. So when I talk to people who are newer to kind of layering, I always tell them the easiest thing to do to start off is look at fragrance notes and then pick a note in that you want to highlight. So say, like me, I'm my broken record, I love sandalwood. If I didn't know, kind of just over time and experience, what kind of meshes well together, then I would pick things that were, all had sandalwood, and then you test them out. Because the other thing with fragrance is that, well, one, perfumers don't always give you all of the fragrance notes. I mean, you really see that quick and dirty in Victoria's Secrets. I mean, their scent notes are, pretty much non-existent. But even for ones that give you the scent notes, they don't always give you all of the scent notes. And then on top of that, your body plays a huge role in how a fragrance works on you. And I'm not talking about just whether or not, you've taken a shower or not, because obviously, clean skin plays a difference. But say you've done your whole hygiene routine, you've taken your shower, you've exfoliated, you dry down, and you put the fragrance on. Your pheromones are going to mix with that fragrance and smell completely different than someone else. So, I mean, a perfect example of that I think about all the time as I was at Sephora with someone who I consider a little sister, and we're playing around with perfumes, and I had her try Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. It's just Ambroxan. It smells different on everybody. When I wear that, I like how it smells, but it pretty much smells like I have a musk on. She put it on, and whatever was going on between that and her body, it just smelled delicious on her. Like, I was jealous at how good it smelled on her. And it's still to this day, like, it just really smells a lot different on her than it does on me. Now, I still like it on me, but I love it on her. And that's just a matter of, how our body chemistry works. When Happy by Clinique first came out, I had a friend, and this is back in the day, she'd wear it, and I mean, the scent trail alone, and the closer you got to her, it was just heavenly. And I put Happy by Clinique on me, and it was like baby puke. Like, it was nauseating, it smelled bad, and it was just awful. And that's just kind of how fragrance works, because your body plays a role, how you eat, your hygiene, all of those things. So that's just something to think about when you're layering. Now back to this specific combo. These are both lighter scents. If there's a time when I, say I work out late and I take a shower and I don't necessarily want to put something heavy on to go to bed, I could throw on some Simply body butter and then top it off with one of these. It's relaxing, I smell good, but I'm not overpowering, and I'm still able to get some rest. So when you're thinking about layering and when you're getting into layering, I always say step one is to, start learning what smells good on you. And then also when you gather up a smaller collection, You know, you can just start simply by looking at fragrance notes and then trying to match what works well with what. And that's a very easy, simple way to start your layering journey. So next I'm going to talk about a couple of Victoria's Secret Pink body mist. Okay, so we're back with Victoria's Secret body mist, and I have Warm and Cozy and Fresh and Clean. And these body mists from Victoria's Secret are part of their pink line. So they look a little different than ones that you've seen in the past. So now Fresh and Clean is part of their kind of standard collection. The fragrance note that they highlight are fresh tangerine, sea spray, sweet apple. I actually do smell the sweet apple in Fresh and Clean, and it's very light. I spent a lot of time in Michigan in my younger adult years and became very in love with different types of apples. So this sweet apple, I think, really is truly a sweet apple. If I'd had to pick one, I would say closer to like a Pink Lady. Not super sweet, but definitely not Granny Smith tart. And the tangerine, to me, I don't necessarily smell it. I think it brightens it up. But this is still a very light, fresh scent. It's also one of those that I could kind of throw on if I just wanted to smell clean. Like the name actually does it justice. It's fresh and clean. You put it on and you don't really smell like anything. You just smell clean. So that's what I like about Fresh and Clean. Warm and Cozy. The highlighted scent notes are toasted coconut, passion fruit, soft vanilla. I don't necessarily smell the passion fruit, but I do think that this would smell different if the passion fruit weren't in there. So I like Warm and Cozy. I think it's really well rounded. It's another one of those fragrances that, say my allergies are bothering me, I have a headache, I always want to wear a fragrance. That's just me. It's just something that I love to do. So Warm and Cozy would be something I would throw on one of those days that I, to get out of the shower and I'm like, my sinuses and my headache can't take, a fragrance like that. But I want to smell like something. Warm and Cozy is going to be a great option. And sorry guys if you hear the dog. My window is actually closed, but he is super loud. So that's life. Can't do anything about it, but he's sweet. He's just very loud. And he's not my dog, he's my neighbor's dog. So that's how loud he is, but very sweet. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. Warm and Cozy, like I said, to me, another one of those skin scents. If I put it on, it's like, oh, Adrienne, you smell good. But you couldn't say, like, I smell like A, B, or C, which is why it was something else that I think for people who are, really sensitive to fragrance, both of these work. To people who want options in their collection that, are lighter, I think these also pair well with a lot of different perfumes and colognes. Warm and Cozy, to me, if I had to pick, I would say is feminine leaning, but I don't think that it is feminine. I think that, again, I use those terms as a way to describe, because in the fragrance world, that's what we're used to. But again, to me, fragrance is person specific, not sex or gender specific. And so to me, all fragrances are unisex because it depends on the person. So anyway, so the next kind of thing I want to talk about as far as layering is, layering your fragrance for the day starts in the shower. I love showers. I'm like one of those people that do a lot in the shower. I use bar soap, use body wash, all those things. But showers are relaxing to me, and it just is a mental health thing too. And it's just an experience that just kind of helps settle me, either getting me going for my day or finishing my day, or both if I take 2 showers in a day. But what I will say is, if you're going to layer for the day, try to kind of stick with a flow. So if you say, today I want to smell like coconut, right? Don't, don't necessarily use a body wash or a bar soap that's orange. You know, so I think that's where you can start with, start with your shower. So, and also, again, that just kind of preps you for the day. I have some body washes that as soon as I wash it off, I don't smell anything, and it just is, you know, a scent experience for me. But then I have some that linger on my skin. So after I've cleaned and have finished my hygiene routine, when I am finished showering, before I dry off, so I'm still wet, I will put on an oil. And the oil I put on depends on what I'm wearing. So again, let's stick with the coconut option. If I've decided today I want to smell like coconut, I probably use the Dove Shea Butter bar soap. Then I followed it up with one of the many coconut-based body washes that I have. And then I could use a coconut oil while I'm still wet to put on myself. Or if I have an oil that I've made that smells like a certain scent that's coconut based, I'll put that on. I'll kind of pat myself dry, not completely. And you've already, you see you already started your layering process. So you're out of the shower, you've had your, your hygiene routine that's targeted toward that coconut for the day. Then when you're still damp, you put on that oil, and that's when I go in with my first layer of moisturization. So then I will add, in this example, my Simply Butter. So I put on the oil, I've patted myself dry. Try not to ever rub yourself dry, it's just not good for your skin. Although, patting can seem like it takes forever. I mean, just try to be good to your skin. So I've pat dry, and now I have Simply Butter on. So I lotion up, all of that's covered, and before, it's completely absorbed into my skin, I'll hit with the body butter I've decided on. So in this example, I would be using Warm and Cozy. So Warm and Cozy, I spray that on. Because it's a body spray, I can overspray. Because it's a light body spray, I can overspray if I want to. So I do the Warm and Cozy, and for me, I kind of let that settle in. So that may be when I go back and put some, put my moisturizer on my face or something else, just to kind of let that settle in. And then, I can go in next with whatever fragrance I have for the day, and I'll put that on. Then the other thing you can do with layering combo is actually take the body mist and or the perfume that you're wearing for the day and put it on your clothes. So these are all ways that you're not only layering your fragrance, but you're also helping to add to the longevity and the sillage of your fragrance. So people can smell you, not necessarily overwhelming, and your fragrance will last through the day. So, that's how you also think about layering combos. Is kind of what am I trying to highlight? What goes well with what? But then also application. If you have a perfume that doesn't last a long time, something that you could do is take a little bit of the body butter you're using for the day and put it in, your little point, your pressure point. So the back of your ear, for me, between my breast, the back of my knees, where my elbows bend. And then you just take a little bit, and then you can actually spray your perfume on that to give your perfume something to hold on to. And that actually will help with the longevity of a perfume that doesn't have a long shelf life on your body. So that's just another tip. And like I said, this video, I just really wanted to have a video that talked about layering specifically. And to me, Simply Butter is a perfect option because there's not a scent note that you're necessarily going to be focusing on. So with that, I'll talk about some of the perfumes that I have some examples for you. Okay, so on to the perfume and colognes. So, well, in this case, just perfumes. The first perfume we're going to talk about is Bare by Victoria's Secret. This is a new perfume that came out, and I thought this was perfect to have in this video because the whole idea behind this perfume is that it smells different on everyone. The notes for this perfume are Australian sandalwood, my favorite, mandarin orange, and violet. And this is marketed to be one of those scents that is unique for your body chemistry. So Victoria's Secret says, this fragrance becomes you, authentic and true. Bare mixes with your unique body chemistry to reveal the perfect signature scent. And that is so true. And I think it's truer for some than others. So, you know, all fragrance is going to smell different on you. And I think that's why, to me, I'm not a person that, if a lot of people like a perfume, I don't want to wear it. Because what I know is, one, when I mix my little concoctions between in the shower, you know, my lotion and moisturizing routine, my body spray, and my perfume, it's going to smell different on me anyway. But then let's just say I only put on that perfume. Because of how my body reacts to an individual perfume, that perfume is going to smell like me. Now, you'll probably, if it's a fragrance that a lot of people wear, you could guess, but it won't smell exactly the same as it does on the next person. So that's not an issue for me. For me, it's whether or not I like it and it smells good on me, and if it gives me a headache. And those factors for me are more important. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is Mixbar Cloud Musk. Mixbar can be found at Target and it's easily accessible. This is marketed as a unisex. Just like the Bare was. I don't think I didn't mention that. The top notes are cardamom, cypress. The mid notes are cotton flower, iris, jasmine, peony. The base notes are tonka bean and woodsy notes. And again, this is one of those, Cloud Musk is very soft. I think people who who are iffy with musk should still try Cloud Musk, because I think there's a potential that they would like it. It's not very musky. But as a person who likes musk, I like all types of musk, but I think this is a safe blind buy, honestly. It's affordable. To me, I can get probably 5 or 6 hours of this wear without having to touch up. But as you can see, it's such a little bottle. They also sell like roller balls that you can throw in your purse. But because of how I layer, honestly, I tend to not need to touch up just because of all of the pre-work that I do when I'm first getting dressed and ready to go. There's not too many perfumes or colognes that, you know, I can't make work at least 6 hours. But Cloud Musk is a very good perfume, and it would work well with kind of the nuances of the Shea Butter and Simply Butter, which I also like. And again, just something soft for kind of where we're going. And last, we'll talk about Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere by Philosophy. This is also marketed as a unisex fragrance. The notes in here are vanilla, cashmere wood, sandalwood, coconut, and musk. As we go through this series, you will see a pattern in my fragrance choices. Broken record, I love sandalwood, but I also love musk. I love woody notes. I am a vanilla girl, but you know, that can be iffy with me. So the same with this. I think Philosophy has really nice everyday type of fragrances. It's easy to kind of pick out with Philosophy. To me, you're gonna get something close to the skin, not super clawing. You don't necessarily like the fragrance, not that it's so strong that it makes you sick, if that makes sense. I like that about Philosophy. Philosophy is a brand at large that I do have to work with. I'll just be transparent and say that. in order for it to last on me, my usual 5 to 6, I have to do kind of all the tips that I've talked about in this video up to now. But especially with this one, I think it's worth it. You know, I really like how this smells. This is another one of those things that if I don't want to, you know, put on something, I'm not really feeling well, I can throw this on and it doesn't make me feel worse. If I've taken a shower at night, I can throw it on and go to bed and it isn't, you know, bothering me, and I'm not like regretting putting it on. So again, the whole idea behind this particular layering combo video is just a little bit different than our first one and then ones moving forward. I just really wanted to spend a lot more time talking about how to layer instead of assuming that everyone that comes to this video kind of already has that in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that the information that I provided in this video has been helpful. The videos moving forward will go back to really just what pairs well with whatever scent we're talking about for the day. But again, I just really didn't want to get too far in this series and not have a video that talks about how to layer and kind of the idea and the methods behind layering. So again, really hope that you all enjoyed this. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, everything that is available on our site that's in the Simply Butter option, I will have linked below, as well as our just overall site, so you can see some of the things that we have. And look out for our next either DIY or Fifi's layering combo video. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day.